Hey folks, how you doing today? And welcome back to Matt's Casual Cooking. And also welcome back to Supernatural Month. Today we are going to be making the Winchester Surprise. A very fun dish from one of myself and my girlfriend's favorite shows. So I'm going to show you how to put everything together and let's get to it.
Alright folks, so before we go over the ingredients, this recipe is actually something that their mom Mary used to make for them when they're kids, and we do see Dean in one of the episodes try to make it for Sam to try to recreate, your comfort of home. But we see Mary make this for the family when John is actually wished back by a wish granting pearl in one of the episodes, and she's just basically a lot of random kind of stuff. That's kind of what you can do too. It's that this is the basic recipe for what we're doing. So for starters, you're going to need a 12 or 16-ounce can of buttermilk biscuits. Now, you can only find 16-ounce cans, so that's what I'm using today. You're going to want one large onion, and you're going to want to dice that. You're going to need a pound of ground beef. You're going to need a pound of ground pork. You're going to need 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. You're going to need half a cup of ketchup, a half a cup of mustard, and I'm using dill relish, but you really want to use 3/4 of a cup of dill pickles chopped, but relish will suffice for this. You're also going to need 8 slices of American cheese, and you're going to need some corn chips for garnishing. Now this part is optional, but it is a fun surprise on the meal. So we're going to go over how to put everything together, and I will see you in a minute. Alright folks, so first we're going to start with the biscuits so it doesn't fall over. So you want to get out a 9x13 pan. Now you don't have to spray with non-cooking spray, but you can. And all you're going to do is you're going to cut them into either 6 or 8 pieces. It's going to be up to you how you want to do that. And then all you're going to do is once they're cut is you're going to spread them as evenly as you can on the bottom of the pan and then set it aside. So once you're done with that, we will move on to the meat. So I will see you then. Alright folks, so we're going to just start off by cooking the ground beef, pork, and the onions together. And you're going to want to have your ketchup and mustard and relish handy off to the side. So cook this till it's brown, and then we will move on to the next step. Alright folks, so you can see the meat is nice and brown and the onions are nice and tender. So all we're going to do now is at the minimum you want to add your mustard and ketchup. You don't have to add your dill pickles in at this point, but you can, which is what I'm going to do. Now if you don't add in your dill pickles at this point, you're going to want to add them in after this is well combined. Now go ahead and combine this together, stir it in, just coat everything as good as you can, and then we're going to cook it for about 3 to 4 minutes or until the sauce on this actually thickens. So go ahead and do that, and then what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the next step before we cook it. So I will see you then. Alright folks, so we're done cooking the meat, and the sauce has thickened up pretty nicely on this. So all you're going to do now is you're going to take your ground meat, and you're just going to dump it in here. and just spread it around evenly, corner to corner. Now, all we're going to do is you're going to take your American cheese and just, well, set it on there. And you're going to do that for your other 7 slices. So then what you want to do is you want to turn your oven to 375 degrees. And we're going to cook this for about 35 to 40 minutes. And then once that's done, we will move on to the end. So I will see you then. All right, folks, so it's been about 40 minutes, and you can see that we've added the corn chips on top of the surprise. And this is after it's come out of the oven. Now you can, optionally, if you want to add them on while they're cooking, add them on in the last 5 minutes. So if you enjoyed making this recipe today, like, subscribe, and share the video. I'd really appreciate it. It really helps me out. And I want to thank you for watching, and I want to welcome you back next week for another great supernatural recipe. So I will see you then.